Heali'i Ka'aina. The land is a chief.
If we weren't doing anything about invasive species, we would be looking at environmental collapse on a scale that we have not seen before.
There's a potential we can lose the coconut trees.
You can't hear the forest anymore without hearing a coqui frog.
We would eventually lose Hawaii as we know it.
He kaua, he kanaka. Man is its servant. You take care of the water, you take care of the land, you take care of your people, and everything will be pono. Everything will be good.
I just value and love our island. It's nice and productive and functioning because of people who take care of it.
He honi he aloha I alai, no ke alali pu'u pu'u, mai ka pu'u olo manalai, ai ke kaine he o kaiwi, ilihi au I kananilai, o ku'u aina hanau. Ha'ina mai ka puanalai, he aloha la he aloha, he aloha la he aloha.
Behind me, there's a whole bunch of volunteers that come out every Thursday night, and they hand capture frogs or do various tasks, spray, and just control coqui frog. We're trying to contain it in Waimanalo.
I think it's really important for us to control coqui frog as best as we can on Oahu, especially since it's not widespread.
The coqui frog capture is a hand capture, and we would go into the forest. And we would pinpoint with our ears where the coqui frogs are because they have this distinct call. We walk in the dark. And when we come up on the frog, we find out kind of where it is and pinpoint where it is with our ears. We turn on the headlamps, and with the long tube, we put it over the frog. That way the frog jumps into the tube, and then we put it into bottles. That's how we usually catch it.
I'm gonna trade you real quick. So hold it there, and then you're gonna put it on top, and you're gonna whack it down harder, like really hard. Harder, 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 harder. Yep, there you go. Whack it as hard as you can. There you go. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, up. Why does it jam up? Okay. There you go. Okay, that's your first frog.
All right. Preventing them from moving into people's properties or homes or even businesses where it can affect either their livelihood, commerce, native species that they may have in those areas is extremely important to Oahu in general and just the state in general.
It's been so exciting to see all of the different people that come out and help in the community events. Especially, we'll get teachers, we'll get their students, we'll get students from UH, we'll get people that hear about it just from OISC or another agency tabling at different events around the island. So we get a wide variety of people.
The community is engaged and they want to do this work.
If there was no treatment, we'll be losing keystone species like our coconut to the coconut rhinoceros beetle.
That has been chosen as the tree of life collectively by all of our ancestors. So we see a value, we see a need, and something needed to be protected, something needed to be understood more in a deeper sense. Of course, there are some work engaged with the community and the people of the place.
Coconut rhinoceros beetle, it needs a few things to survive. So its favorite hosts and favorite food sources are palms, which is what we have in abundance here. In addition to the palms that they need to feed on, they also need good breeding material. So things like compost, mulch, really any decaying plant material. And so really Hawaii is their ideal ecosystem. They have everything that they need in abundance. The beetle goes through a few different life stages. They start off as eggs. Those eggs will hatch into a larva. they'll go through different larval instars, 3 larval instars, and then they'll pupate, and then from the pupa they'll become an adult beetle. Each life stage they're relying on different things. So as an adult is when they're causing most of the damage to the palms. That's when they're actually flying to the tops, feeding, and that's when they're the most harmful.
As those keystone species that hold everything else together fall off, all of the insects, birds, and then even the cleanliness of our water affecting our aquatic resources starts to go with it too.
Here in Hawaii, invasive species have been a problem for more than several decades. We expect for them to have been released all at once in the form of an aquarium dump. Eunomia, the coral that's causing the biggest grief currently in Oahu, is capable of reproducing from only one single cell. Outside, we'll show you an example of how Eunomia has grown over top of a black-lipped pearl oyster that was collected out of Pearl Harbor. And that is a wonderful example of how Pearl Harbor, known for these oysters, known for the plentiful population of oyster beds, can be essentially smothered out by this new species, this new organism that's introduced into this habitat. If we don't act fast, we could potentially lose multiple acres of healthy ecosystem.
We are out here today at a community Nuki event, Nuki meaning to pull or remove in Hawaiian, and we have volunteers from 5 different organizations, academic, federal agencies.
And we are removing invasive algae, putting them in these bags to try and create a better environment for our local and native species to grow. It's a really great system that we have here. We get lots of community members, lots of volunteers that come out.
So we deal a lot with invasive species here in the state of Hawaii. Invasive algae is definitely one of them that we see on the coast or in our marine ecosystems. The problem with a lot of our invasive species is that they do tend to outcompete some of our native species for resources like sunlight, water, food, and space. And then after a while, we tend to see less and less native species within those ecosystems and environments. Hawaii, for a lot of us, is our home. We live here, we work here, we go to school here. A lot of these beaches, a lot of these marine ecosystems, these places and spaces exist within our own backyards. And so it's our kuleana, our responsibility to care for these places, because if we don't, no one else really will.
Although the state of Hawaii employees are working their hardest, they are actively seeking out volunteers, and we need the general public to become knowledgeable of what these species look like so that they can help us identify locations of spread when they do occur.
If you haven't gotten involved with anything related to invasive species yet, it's never too late to start. The number one thing that you can do is be our eyes and ears on the front. We can't be everywhere all at once, and you're going to know much sooner than us what's in your backyard. So please, 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 if you see something unusual or that you suspect might be invasive, let us know about it. Please never hesitate to reach out to us at OISC or other agencies working on invasive species.
As with everything here in Hawaii, from the ocean to the mountaintop, we are all responsible for the ecosystem that we share together, and we are all responsible for maintaining its health and acting as good stewards to the land.
He honi he aloha I alai, no ke alali pu'u pu'u, mai ka pu'u olo manalai, ai ke kai nehe o ka iwi. Ilihia I kanani lai, o ku'u aina hanau, ha'ina mai ka puana lai. He aloha la, he aloha, he aloha la, he aloha.
Okay.
No mai?
He ali'i ka aina. He kaua ke kanaka. The land is a chief, man is its servant.